Welcome to our Dunkin Music Lounge, y'all. My name is Maxwell, and to everybody who's in the theater with this, round of applause for you all. Welcome to the family. To everyone that's watching online, we appreciate you guys tapping in. This is where we get those intimate performances with those artists that are your favorites. And this young woman here, man, I found out that she has a love for Dunkin' Donuts like I do as well. Are you guys ready for some live music and a fun little Q&A or what, huh? Yes? Well, my name is Maxwell, but it's not about me. It's all about Jessica Carter Altman. Let's welcome her into the music lounge. Yes. Have a seat. Welcome. Have a seat. Relax. Chill out for a little bit. I don't know if I should as well. Should I? Yeah. Let me see. Yeah. Let me grab a stool over here before we get going with the music. I want to first and foremost talk about, like we were just saying before we hopped out here, the tangibility of the magnet and the QR code. I love this. So, thank
Those
you.
are fairly new, so
Brand new merch alert.
Any feedback, I'm open to it, but this is a nice way to stay in contact, and I appreciate everybody that took them.
Dude, how cool. Okay, so first off, how cool is it to do what you love to do and to because we're going to get into how music became a thing for you, because it wasn't the original path at first.
So I started off, I always wanted to grow up. I grew up wanting to be a singer. I grew up in Washington, D.C., and that just felt like the most ridiculous thing I could have ever said. So I rarely said it aloud because people kind of look at you, they're like, oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, sure, yeah.
Bless you. I graduated high school and I decided to go to college. And then, inertia kind of took over, and I was like, okay, well, I got good grades, and I'm going to go off and I'm going to go to graduate school. I'm going to go to law school.
Yeah.
I grew up in a family full of lawyers, and they all actually didn't end up practicing for very long. They went into business and television. So for me, I was like, all right, law is going to be the path for me to do whatever I want to do.
Yeah, but music was still in the heart.
Yes, so I started working professionally as a musician in law school.
Wow.
And that was already like, ooh, yeah, I forgot, I love this. This is what I always wanted to do. And when I graduated and I took the bar, I knew it was only a matter of when. So after I took the bar exam, instead of traveling traditionally on a 2-month bar trip, I went to Nashville where I met my producer, and I started the path of creating my first EP, No Rules, which came out in 2020.
Yeah, right in the middle of the pandemic. Best thing to do, yeah.
I have fantastic timing. I quit my law firm I was actually going to give notice in like March of 2020.
Okay.
Also fantastic timing. I waited one more month and it was like, now or never. I gotta go.
But you followed your heart, which is such a powerful thing, and it's scary. So what were those initial feelings, thinking about diving into what was truly going to be what would make your heart feel fulfilled?
It's hard, and you still have that anxiety about, what are people going to think if I do this, and what if I do this and I fail? And I remember I was actually walking in Central Park with my dad. I was still in law school, and I told him, I was like, I think I don't want to be a lawyer. I want to be an artist. I want to be a singer. I want to be a musician. And he told me that if all I learned from trying was that I tried and I didn't like it, or I tried and I failed, he's like, that's enough. And there was a point where I was pursuing both simultaneously. I did work at a law firm, and I recorded my first EP, and I was traveling on weekends.
So I don't want to cut you off, but how? Where did you find the time? Well, how did
Honestly,
you do that?
I have no idea. I have this one vivid picture in my mind. I was backstage. I'd done sound check. I'm fully dressed, ready to go. I'm working on my firm computer, and then they're like, hey, you're on in 5 minutes. And I closed my computer, went on, sang my set, went back off, went back and opened my computer, finished my assignment, sent it off. So it was a lot of early mornings. Because you go to Nashville, your days are pretty free, or even most rights I have, they don't start until noon. So you wake up at 6, you get those hours in, and I don't know how I did it.
Yeah,
I'm tired thinking about it.
That's what I was gonna say. It's like, whew. I don't want to be cheesy, but those are true core Wonder Woman things that you're doing there, girlfriend.
Oh, I see what you did there.
Yeah, I'm just gonna say. But what I want to do is I really want to talk about how you found the power and the grace to be vulnerable in your music while going through all of these things. How important is that as a songwriter to make sure that you maintain that level of sincerity and that true vulnerability to connect with fans and listeners that are just clamoring to each and every word and every lyric?
I think the best part about music is you either feel really connected to somebody and you feel very seen, or it allows you this total escape from whatever your reality is. One of my first original songs that I released is a song called Lucky One, and it was a really deeply personal song to me. And right before I was deciding to release it, I remember talking to my producer, and I said, I don't know if I should release it. It's so personal, and I feel a little, naked sharing it, and maybe I should just keep that for myself. And he looked at me and goes, you can do whatever you want, but that's kind of the point.
Yeah.
That's
For sure.
kind of the point that you feel this vulnerable sharing it. So I love writing, and I love writing out different chapters, and there's really nothing better than sharing something that I feel very personally.
Yes.
And then after a set, having somebody come up and say, hey, when you sang about this thing, I felt this way, and then they shared their story with me.
So powerful,
and it creates this community and this shared experience that we all have in a really cool way. There's really nothing better.
You said chapters. Let's talk a little bit about, Clumsy, but there's the wedding version of this record here, and you've been on social media and through your songwriting very open about what you're going through and how clumsy it is to fall for somebody and to embrace that I would do it over and over and over again type of a feeling. What does this song mean to you if I didn't just give it away by asking the question like a bonehead?
Well, I will be singing Clumsy today, a slightly different version because I don't have, a string orchestra behind me. The wedding version is a string arrangement of the song. And, I have always really been a clumsy person. I push when I should pull the door open. I trip over.
By the way, I don't want to listen. Why don't they put the push thing on the outside, and why do they put a handle when it's meant to be pushed? You see what I'm saying?
Because they're setting us up for failure.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I don't like that vibe. All right. Sorry about that.
Trip over invisible cracks on the sidewalk. And as my husband tells me all the time, I almost knock everything over all of the time, to which I remind him, almost. But when you are falling in love and you really like somebody, those qualities, they don't get better. Even people that have it on lock and they're always smooth, even they do uncomfortable things, and like they get food in their teeth, and it's not always the most beautiful process, but it's so much fun, and there's a vulnerability in being clumsy, and it's, falling in love might be a little clumsy, it might be full of awkward moments, but it's worth it every time.
And it's your process, and it's that truth that you're speaking that allows for the connection through music. When you see that, when you step out on stage, I mean, getting ready to hit the tour, well, there are some dates that already happened, Troubadour and all that stuff, but when you step out onto the stage and you see that connectivity with the fans and you hit those stories, as you just mentioned, with someone coming up to you or anyone coming up to you afterward and saying, you hit a note with me, or you helped me through this or that, how cool does that feel, knowing that you took that leap to, not go down the law path, but to follow this, and you are genuinely being yourself and finding that connection?
It's the best thing in the world. I can't believe this is my life, that I get to play for you guys. Like, this is my job.
Yeah.
Very different than going into a law firm, which was great in a different way. But the fact that this was something that I literally would dream about as a kid growing up, and to be here and be able to do it, there's no moment that I take for granted. And I was just on tour with Tyler Hilton.
There you go. Yeah.
He's awesome. If you ever have a chance to go see him perform live, he's amazing. His drummer, Stefan Stanzioni, he was an engineer, and talking to him about that, like, there's not that, it feels like such this rare thing, like we're one in a million, but there are a lot of people who are creative and go down non-creative paths, and you find your own balance about what you need to fulfill yourself. And so I tried to do that balance for a little while, and I was like, no, I need to be all in.
Now, all in with this new body work. I mean, what are we, Aftermath 2? Are we, it's Aftermath. Are we scratching the numbers at the end of it now?
We're scratching the numbers at the end of it. So there was Volume 1, Volume 2, and now the full-length album, which really encompasses everything. When I was writing this album, it was trying to find, what is connecting. It was a period of my life that was full of really high highs and really low lows, and it was, how can I capture this chapter of my life? And, it was a question of, after profound change or tragedy or whatever that is for you, when you feel like life shouldn't go forward, maybe, what is it that makes you move forward, and what does your life look like? And you realize you have a choice. You can rebuild or you can let it fall apart. And so that was this chapter where, I'm not performing after Mass, so I'll give you the lyrics, but it's like you can scream, you can cry, you can do whatever you want, but you cannot go back to what it was. So this whole album is really the journey about what life looked like. And there are great things, there are sad things. You fall in love, you feel like an imposter. There's a million.
You knock things over almost
all the time.
all the time. Yeah, it's
you saw I sat down and I didn't pick up the mic.
Yeah, it's
for
just who you are.
The interview.
Clumsy. Yeah. I mean, that's what you do here. All right, understand. I'm hearing somebody strum the guitar from over there, which is kind of like, yo, are you gonna let me perform here?
Everybody, this is Matt Dozat.
Come on, Matt. What's up, man? All right, so I wanna before we get this performance popping off, ask you as we hang here in our Dunkin Music Lounge a very important Dunkin question as Matt pops into the room. Will he be one of these people? If you had a half a dozen Dunkin' Donuts, different, you sprinkle maybe a jelly fill, there could be a powdered or a Boston cream in there somewhere. But if you could share your half a dozen Dunkin' Donuts with 5 other people, keep one for yourself. Who's in your squad?
Of course.
Yeah, keep one for yourself for sure.
I mean, I already confessed to you that I, during the pandemic, ordered a dozen donuts every single day that I shared.
As you should.
That I shared with my family. But if I had a dozen donuts today, I would say, let's see, 1, 2, 3. Marissa, Andrea, Pete, we got it.
There it is. And why are those people the most important to you, or why are they a part of the family that helps you bring to life these just immensely important songs in this particular body of work?
There's something really incredible about having a dream and then surrounding yourself with people who work with you to make that dream come true. So I would share donuts with them any day. They're part of my family, and I couldn't ask for better people to work with.
Well, you guys ready for me to shut up and ready for Matt to play the guitar and for Jesse here to say, yeah, I'm seeing a lot of yeses. That's really messed up, guys. All right. Jeez, man. Well, again, to everybody that's checking us out
I like having you up here for whatever
thank you so much, Jesse. I really appreciate that. I'm Maxwell. I'm going to move aside, and are we ready for some music or what, guys? Yeah? Jessica Carter Altman from our Dunkin Music Lounge.
So this first song that I am, oh man, I just put that right on my cord. First song, yeah. Well, that's next. So I'll introduce that song next. So the first song I'm going to play for you guys today is called Fake It. It was on my last EP and will be on this upcoming album. And as you can probably imagine, going from law to being a full-time musician, I felt like a total imposter. Imposter syndrome is something I'd always struggled with. And yeah, that didn't get better when I was making a massive career change where, the through line is not very clear. And instead of trying to tell people about it, I shoved it down and pretended that I didn't feel that way. And when it was finally too much, start sharing with your friends and your colleagues, people say, yeah, we all feel that way sometimes. Or like, I felt that way last week when I played here. And it's this deep, dark secret that we all carry about feeling like an imposter, maybe not feeling good enough. And I realized that we all feel like an imposter, even people that you might not expect, and that it is okay. Who's the imposter in hiding? Who's gonna get caught lying? Keep a straight face, don't let them see you afraid. It's a dirty little secret. You can't trust anyone to keep it. Scared that we won't make it, someone else will take it, so we fake it. Why are we all conspiring to make us think it's in our wiring? Is it our fate? Is the future already made? It's a dirty little secret. You can't trust anyone to keep it. Scared that we won't make it, well, someone else will take it, so we fake it. It's a whisper in our psyche. Somebody's gonna see me hiding. Terrified to claim it. We laugh like it's a game and we fake it. We fake it. Just wanna figure out how to go about it. No longer deceiving, no more make-believing in this dirty little secret. And now I wanna speak it. I'm not gonna keep it to myself. Thank you so much. I know that we talked about Clumsy, but that is the next song that I'm playing. We had the wedding version that came out a couple weeks ago, and the more acoustic version is going to come out on the album. And so we've already established that I'm clumsy, but considering that it's the start of summer and we're in New York, I'm sure that if you guys aren't already in relationships, maybe there's going to be some dating happening. And if you are clumsy, just know that the right person is going to like you with it, because of it. And you should never feel embarrassed about being clumsy in love, because honestly, it's the best, and I wouldn't have it any other way. Always been clumsy, and now I trip over words. Nothing could stop me, so this is a first. Somehow you got me, you caught me, and I'm nothing like before. Something I do over and over again. I will play the fool like I got nothing to lose. Yeah, I'll keep stumbling in. As long as you're here, I'll be so clumsy. Always run late. You're right on time. Know just what to say to leave me tongue-tied. I want you to stay, get in my way, 'cause baby, I don't mind. Something I do over and over again. I will play the fool like I got nothing to lose. Yeah, I'll keep stumbling in. As long as you're here, I'll be so clumsy. keep falling into you. Ooh, falling over you is something I do over and over again. I will play the fool like I got nothing to lose. Yeah, I'll keep stumbling in. As long as you're here, I'll be so clumsy, so clumsy. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, we only get 3 songs, but which I'm very grateful for. I thought we would close out with a song that is not out yet. It's coming out on Friday. It's going to be the focus track of my album with a video that's hopefully to come in July, but I'm still editing it, so I cannot tell you an exact date just yet. But if you check any of the QR codes, either on the napkins with the donuts or on the cards on your seats or that were handed to you, we can stay in touch. Would love to know what you think about the new track. This is an acoustic version of it, which should also come out later this year. You give me butterflies. I like looking in your eyes. You got me holding my breath. I hang on every word you say. It's like a flashback, romance, technicolor, slow dance. We can tell our friends about it later. Come on and meet me in a fantasy. Make a scene, plastic rain, and baby, I'll be yours. Glitter falling from the sky. Can you come and take me high? You make me feel like I can fly. You make me feel like I can fly. Make me fly. Imagination fly away. Time machine to yesterday. Pick me up for the night. Kiss me again, it's alright. It's like a flashback, romance, technicolor, slow dance. We can tell our friends about it later. Come on and meet me in a fantasy. Make a scene, plastic rain, and baby, I'll be yours. Glitter falling from the sky. Can you come and take me high? You make me feel like I can fly. You make me feel like I can fly. Make me fly. I'm on cloud 9, never coming down. Midnight dizzy, spinning round, 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 round. Mirror ball climbing up the wall. I'm never gonna fall. Baby, after all, it's like a flashback, romance, technicolor, slow dance. We can tell our friends about it later. Come on and meet me in a fantasy. Make a scene, plastic rain, and baby, I'll be yours. Glitter falling from the sky. Can you come and take me high? You make me feel like I can fly. You make me feel like I can fly. Make me
Okay. Let me say, I mean, first I'm glad you passed the bar and you're alluring, but thank you for like doing this. You know, because I would be like so mad that the only way I would be able to hear this is if I ever got like arrested and had to be in jail or in a courtroom to hear you sing. Oh my gosh, one more time for Jessica. Oh my. And we can't forget about Matt also. We gotta give Matt his love too.
And please give Matt a round of applause.
Wow. Gosh, how exciting is it to know that like the album, like all the video is coming together, like all this stuff is happening. Where are you at in your heart? Like on a scale of 1 to 10, how stoked are you right now?
I mean, especially so playing here today kind of kicks off this awesome week. I start here, flying to LA, have rehearsals, and I'll play at the Troubadour for the first time in Los Angeles, which I'm so excited about. So like my heart feels like it's just about to explode. And to make things even better, I've also started my next album, which I'll start pre-production on in July. So I could not be happier with... this part of my life.
That comes as no surprise, especially if you're saying that you were, creating and you were still in like law school and you're going and you're closing the laptop to do more like that. To have so many things going and you're juggling and spinning, you're spinning so many plates and still doing it so successfully and awesomely. That's really rad. One more round of applause, please. Before I wrap things up here, there's one thing that I did want to ask, especially artists who are just powerful voices like yours. And then, I mean, the marriage not too long ago and all that. Did you sing during the wedding? Did you do the reception? What was that feeling like? Were you like,
Definitely
I'm not going to?
One of my best friends, actually one of my best friends from law school, she kept pushing, she kept asking, and she's very convincing if you can imagine. And I was like, no, I'm already in the big white dress. I don't need to have a microphone in my hand on the wedding day. That sounds like the last thing I wanted to do. And she kept asking, and that's when I had the inspiration. I had written Clumsy, but it wasn't out yet. I was still recording it, but I did an acoustic, not an acoustic, I did a string quartet arrangement of it, which is what I walked down the aisle to. So nobody else knew, but my husband knew that it was a song I wrote for him, and I thought it was a poetic thing. Yeah. And that arrangement was the inspiration to do Clumsy wedding version.
Wow. Well, again, just
I did give him warning though, because I was not trying to do that to him on the wedding day.
Right on that day, but no, again, just thank you for being so vulnerable, so open, so true with your lyrics, your sound, and following your heart, and giving us this amazing body of work here. One more time, please. Can we give it up for Jessica Carter Altman in our Dunkin Music Lounge? So before we leave here, make sure we're following you. How do we do all the actual factuals so we're not following like a fakie out there on Instagram or social media? Like, go ahead and drop it so we all know.
I mean, if you really want to be technical, just scan the QR code on the back of the cards or on the napkins by the donuts. We really put it everywhere. But if for some reason you don't, my name is Jessica Carter Altman. Jessica.carter.altman on pretty much every platform with the exception of X, where I'm JC Altman. So, but if you also can't find me, DM me, let me know. I'm happy to send you my link tree.
There it is. We're on Dunkin Music Lounge. I'm Maxwell. Give it up one more time for Jesse, please. See you later, guys.